Hey everyone, my name is Will, and today I'm excited to do a review and breakdown of this new one bag minimalist backpack from the brand Almond Oak. Right off the bat, this bag has no major branding on the front or the sides. It's really a sleek, minimalist, black look. I really like how it looks. And just right out the box when I got it, I was really surprised with how high quality it actually felt. This is actually a new brand that a young fellow from the UK has started. He's traveled for a long time and decided to kind of build his own backpack that really met the needs of him for one bag travel. I think it's really great to see other young guys out there creating new brands and building products for niche markets like this. There are lots of big brands out there like Osprey and so on that make backpacks, but I really like the idea of supporting young, new people that are trying to start brands and build companies for themselves. So he did reach out and send this to me for free to review. So I'm gonna be honest with the review. If there's things I don't like, I'm gonna let you know, and I'll let you know whether or not it's worth actually picking up this bag. He's gonna be doing a Kickstarter campaign to kind of build up some funds to mass produce the bags. So I believe the release date is February 4th. It's gonna be costing $89 for the first 100 people who actually contribute to the Kickstarter, and then $90 for everyone else. So I think that's a really competitive price compared to other bags that I've reviewed in the past. The current bag I use most often when doing one bag travel is the Burton Sidehill 25 liter bag. It's kind of a snowboard backpack, but as you can see in a previous review I've done, it's the current bag that I use most often for travel. And I believe that bag comes in at like $185. So this is basically half the price of the bag I currently use. So I think it's a really competitive price. And just off the bat, it feels really high quality. And I was surprised that just one guy was able to really build a backpack of this quality, and I was actually really impressed. So I think this is a really cool opportunity for anyone out there who is looking for a new backpack for one bag travel. They want a 25 liter bag, and this is a cool option, especially for 2025. If you're willing to wait a couple months for him to produce it, I think it's a great option. Feel free to check out the link in the description if you want. If not, there's plenty of other bags out there as well, depending on what your needs are. I've reviewed a few in the past, so there's like the Osprey Farpoint 40 if you want a bit more space. There's the Burton Sidehill, which is my previous favorite backpack, and there's a bunch of other stuff out there. So if you want to check this out, feel free to, and if not, there's plenty of other bags out there, and I'll do more reviews of those in the future. Right into the specs of this bag, it is 740 grams, so extremely lightweight, and I think that's really great for just keeping the bag as light as possible. You don't want to have a heavy bag which is already going to be kind of weighing you down without even putting anything in it. So he's really paid a lot of attention to details in terms of minimizing the weight with the materials and kind of features he's added to this bag. In terms of the dimensions of this backpack, so it's going to be 17 inches long, 13 inches wide, and then the depth goes to, I believe, 7 inches, but it does have the ability to actually expand to 9 inches, and I'll talk about that a bit later on in the video. This is gonna be a great size for fitting in those airline requirements and making sure they don't require you to check your bag. You'll be able to carry this on, leave it under the seat in front of you if you want, or if there's room, put it up in the overhead compartment. And as I've seen online recently, some companies like Spirit Airlines and a lot of the smaller airlines are starting to become more and more strict with carry-on luggage, as everyone's kind of lost trust and faith in checking their bags and that the bag's gonna end up at their destination. So more and more people are wanting to bring their big suitcases on into the plane, and that's kind of forcing the airlines to be more strict with those guidelines and measurements. So I think this is great where you know for sure you're buying this bag, it's gonna fit in the exact requirements. The Burton I use is not technically meant for travel, and so I think it's actually a bit longer, and if I did have an airline ask me to put it in the compartment, it might not fit. Luckily, I've never had that happen to me, but as we see airlines becoming more and more strict with this, it's something you could end up encountering. So I think this is great that it's fit perfectly for carry-on. The bag is constructed with a 280D nylon fabric on the outside, coated with a water-resistant finish, so really great. Water resistant, durable. It feels really nice and durable, yet smooth. And then on the inside, I believe it's a 100D nylon. So again, really smooth, lightweight materials, keeping it as light as possible. Now let's get to the features of this bag. So starting off with the exterior, we've got 3 handles. We've got the standard top handle here, and then we've got 2 handles on the sides. Not totally sure if the handles on the sides are that necessary, but obviously this one's great. They're just standard kind of like strap material, so no padding, but I think that's great for just keeping the weight down as much as possible and not adding extra bulk that's not really necessary. There's a water bottle pouch on this side, really tight and nice. So if you put your bottle in there, you're not gonna have to worry about it kind of sliding out. There's some bags I have where I have a bottle in there and it's kind of loose. And so if I have to like bend down to tie my shoes or pick something up, the bottle actually falls out of the bag. So this is great that he's made it super tight in there. It's gonna really make sure that bottle doesn't fall out. And that's another feature that I'm kind of missing on the Burton bag. So it's great to see on this backpack. In terms of the zippers, you got the standard YKK zippers with really nice long pull tabs here, so you don't need to worry kind of fiddling around to find the zipper. You can just grab it, open and close it, no problem. As well as really smooth zippers. They feel really nice. Even when the bag is packed, it does a really good job of making sure these zippers don't get stuck. In terms of pockets, on the front side of the bag, you've got a nice long zipper here with a sort of small pouch. As you can see kind of on the inside, hopefully that shows there's a few different compartments. So you have kind of like a main compartment. You have on the top part, there's a couple holes there where you can put in like pens or pencils. You've got a nice big main compartment here. So you can put some, you could put a book in there. You could put other stuff that you kind of want to keep in a small container or area. And then lastly, you have a really nice, not sure if you guys can see it, but a mesh pouch with a zipper. So if you want to put your keys in there, anything like that, you can just slip your keys in there. They're not going to fall. You're going to be able to grab them easily. Coins, you know, something like that. I really like having a small mesh pocket that can really keep my important stuff from getting lost in the bag. My one comment on this is that for me personally, I'm used to having kind of a small pocket on the top where I put like my glasses and other small things. The fact that it's a side opening might not be a big issue for you, but I find sometimes when I'm traveling with my wife, I'll have something in here, you know, Kleenex, something in there, and I'm like, hey, can you grab this from my bag so I don't need to take the backpack off? And I could envision opening this and kind of having stuff falling out the side. I'm not sure if that would happen for sure. And for some of you, that might not be a big deal. You can just take it off and open it this way. But I'd imagine if someone's behind you opening it, I could see it coming off. So that's something to consider. Because it's a one zipper too, you wouldn't be able to lock this front pocket, so you probably don't want to put anything super valuable in there that could get stolen hypothetically. The main compartment, you could technically lock the zippers together because it's a two zipper system, but with this pocket here, you probably aren't going to be able to lock it. So it's hit or miss. I think it's a good idea for keeping the bag sleek and, you know, nice looking. However, I am just used to the top pocket, but for some of you, it might not matter, and I can probably get used to it pretty quickly, but it was just something that came to mind kind of noticing this pocket. Now going to the back of the bag, we've got two standard kind of shoulder straps, so nothing special there, a bit of padding. Again, you don't need a super crazy amount of padding or kind of system for managing the weight because it's such a small bag, 25 liters. And it's not gonna be super heavy when it's fully packed. So you don't need some crazy intricate system with a lot of straps and stuff. You just wanna keep it simple and light so you can carry it without like all the straps getting kind of caught. You also have the detachable sternum strap that's kind of adjustable. So you can kind of move it up and down depending where you want it to fit on your sternum. And a kind of unique thing is this, the system that it uses for actually clamping and unclamping is different from what I'm used to. So usually you would have like a buckle that kind of inserts like this, but in this case, he has a system where it kind of claps like that, almost like magnetic type of feel. And I actually really like it because you'd be able to do it with one hand. So say you have one hand holding something, your camera, whatever, you would be able to clip this in, no problem like that. And so it's a really nice feature. I'm not sure how durable it's gonna be long-term. That's yet to be seen, but it is a good idea. And I think it's something unique I have not seen on other backpacks I've tried. Again, that is detachable if you don't want it. On the inside of the bag as well, you have a kind of strap here. This would be used to slide on top of your suitcase. If you're someone that travels with a backpack and a suitcase, this you would slide on that top kind of handle part and it would hold there. I personally don't travel with a suitcase and a backpack, usually just a backpack like this. But maybe if you have a partner that's bringing a suitcase, you can just slide it on theirs or whatever. It's something useful. Not really for me, but for some of you out there, it might be something you want to have. And then another really cool feature and pocket that I think is really smart, and another thing I haven't seen, is a hidden pocket here on the inside. So usually a backpack, all the pockets are on the exterior here, or some more camping backpacks, you'd have stuff on the hip belts. What he's actually done is built a almost hidden compartment here where you can put your passport. It's definitely big enough to fit your passport. You could put your wallet in there, your keys. You could actually fit quite a bit in here and zip it up, and it would basically be invisible to anyone who's trying to pickpocket you. They wouldn't be able to see the zipper here. It would be tucked away. There's a little lip here that kind of covers it, and it's a really great idea. It's unique, and it kind of replaces the top pocket that I would normally use. So in that case, I'm kind of okay with not having the top pocket, because something like this is gonna be a lot more secure. It's hidden, and it also, because it's hidden, it keeps the backpack a lot more streamlined, simple looking. You don't look like a traveler, you just look like a regular person walking around with your backpack. Now for the main compartment. So again, you have a 2 zipper system, opens up clam style, just like a suitcase. So lots of space here. Again, the depth is 7 inches with the ability to expand to 9 inches, which I'll go through in a couple minutes. So yeah, basically just simple compartment, nothing special, no straps, anything, but just sleek and plenty of room. As you may have seen in other travel videos I've done where I've talked about what I travel with, 25 liters is plenty for pretty much anyone. You can pack, 5 days worth of clothing, and that's enough to last you indefinitely as long as you're willing to do laundry. So this is a perfect size, plenty of room to fit a couple packing cubes, your toiletries, a book, your shoes, possibly your camera, depending how big your camera is. And yeah, it's great. Opens up really nice. I like the idea of having the 2 zippers, because if it's zipped up, you can have both zippers up at the top and use it as a top loading backpack. So if you have certain things you want at the top of the bag that can be easily accessible and you don't want to have to open the whole bag, you can kind of do the zippers up in a way where it's top loading. And then you have the ability to open it completely and have access to everything in your bag when you get to the hotel or the hostel. On the back side, you've got basically standard 2 zipper system with a mesh pocket, great for your shoes, or just storing maybe dirty laundry away from stuff. I personally would use this for probably like my sandals or something like that. So great to see as well. I like having a separate compartment for your shoes that keeps everything else clean, or put your shoes in a bag depending what you're doing. And yeah, that's the main compartment. The last feature I want to go through is really a unique thing that I haven't seen on any of their bags, is the ability to actually expand the depth of this bag an extra 2 inches. So I'll try to do this here for you. So there's a zipper here, and it basically goes all the way around the bag and essentially extends the bag an extra 2 inches. So you can see right here, this was zipped closed, now it's open, and you have the ability to fit a lot of extra stuff. So say your bag's fully packed, but you're traveling on the plane, so you have your light puffy jacket on top. You get to your destination and it's warmer than you expected. This happened to me recently when I went to Japan and Tokyo. Much warmer than I expected for the fall weather. So I had my jacket, I took it off. Now you have the ability to extend the volume of the bag, take off that jacket, put it in here, zip it up, and now you have extra room to add stuff in. Maybe you're traveling and you buy a couple pieces of clothing that you want to bring back. You can extend this to add more stuff into it. So I think it's a really great feature and kind of allows you to modify the bag depending on how much stuff you're bringing. Another awesome idea, which I think is great, is if you fully pack it down, something you could do is initially have it expanded, and then once it's full, actually contract that zipper down. So then it kind of really compresses everything in the bag and still keeps it really tight and easy to move around or pack under the seat in front of you. Next, apart from the main compartment, is the laptop sleeve. So this zipper is going to be right here on the top near where your back's going to be. That opens up and nice and padded. So as I can feel here, there's a nice padding between the back and where you would put your laptop in. There's a couple different sub sleeves you have here. So you've got a main one that's actually double padded on both sides. So you've got padding here that you could shove your laptop in. For me personally, I don't travel with my laptop very often, so it's not something I would personally use. I might use it for, I guess I could put my slippers in here because they're pretty thin. I could put documents or stuff like that if I were bringing them. For me, it's not that useful, but for a lot of you travelers who maybe work remotely and bring your laptop with you, or if you're video editors and you bring your laptop, this could be great. So it's a nice feature to have. There's an extra zipper in here, another mesh compartment here. So this again would kind of act like that top zipper where you wanted to store, I could see myself storing glasses in here, you know, some small miscellaneous stuff if I didn't want to use a hip belt. So you've got basically 3 sub compartments in here, which is really nice. So you have 2 dividers, this really nice foam one, and then an extra divider here, which with a bit of padding. So you can store some cables as well. So nice level of compartments. It's almost like fleece lined. I'm not sure the exact material, but so really nice and soft. You're not going to scratch your laptop or your iPad. So yeah, really great feature to have. And that's basically it. Super simple, streamlined bag. Not too complicated. You've got the one front pocket again. You've got the main compartment. You've got that laptop sleeve, and then the hidden pocket here on the front. He's really paid a lot of attention to details with this bag. He goes into more details on kind of the materials and the products used, you know, the type of zippers, the type of kind of clip he uses here. I don't need to go into detail of that for this video. If you want to check that out, you can go to the link. But I mainly want to talk about whether or not I think you guys should buy this backpack. So again, opening this up, I was extremely impressed. When he initially messaged me, I was like, okay, I'll check out this bag. But again, I would think if I'm starting a company, I'm not that good at, you know, figuring out how to manufacture stuff. So the product's not going to be that great initially, at least not the first iteration. But the fact that he was able to build a backpack like this by himself, find manufacturing and everything, it's very impressive. And I like the idea of just supporting young guys that are trying to build new companies. So I think if you guys are into that, supporting local or independent people as opposed to just big corporations, I think it's a great idea to support them and pick up this bag. But again, if you're not going to use it, don't do that. But if you're specifically looking for a bag in 2025, you want to get into minimalist one bag travel, maybe you have the Osprey Farpoint 40, but you want to kind of move to a smaller bag, I think this is a really great option to check out. The price is very competitive. It has basically all the features you need. There are a couple things that I'm used to having that, depending on your use, might not work for you, or it might work. Again, everyone's different. People want different features. Some people want, so for example, for me, I use the Peak Designs clip for my camera when I'm traveling and doing photography. So I would normally clip my backpack so I would normally clip my camera to the strap right here. And unfortunately, there's no strap here to actually add that Peak Designs thing. I could probably figure out a way to add it to it somehow, but it's not going to be as easy to figure out. So that's a feature that for me personally is really important, because I like to carry my camera here and then just easily clip it off and start taking photos. So that's something I would have to figure out, depending if you guys don't do photography. I could probably clip it here, to be honest, but either way, that's something to consider. So if there's something you guys use your backpack for specifically and you have questions about, feel free to let me know, and I'll let you know if this backpack would work for you or not. It might not work for you. Maybe if you want a bit more space than 25 liters, then you want to go with something a bit bigger. But if you are curious about this bag and you're like, okay, will this work in this situation? I can kind of help you out with that. So just comment below if you have questions. I think if you're looking for just a sleek minimalist bag that can kind of double as, you know, a university bag for school, or taking it to work, because it looks really nice and sleek. You can almost carry it, you know, on the side like a briefcase almost. I think it's a really great option. Again, I'm really impressed. If you want to check out the bag, again, the bag is going to release on February 4th. So if you're one of the first 100 people, you actually can get this bag at a discount for $89. I think it's a great deal and very competitive. So feel free to use the link in the description if you want to check it out. And yeah, if you don't want to check it out, I've reviewed some other bags as well, so feel free to check those out. If you want something else, I'll do some more reviews for backpacks in the future, as well as jackets. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment below if there's anything else out there you want to see me review, other jackets, backpacks, camping gear, so on. And I'll try to do reviews of those. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.